Hello everyone! I've been working on some of the details of my Gepard cosplay. I made some new crystals and also repainted the crystals I made in my previous video. If you want to know how I made some of these crystals, watch that first. I also made his chest armor and painted my other silver pieces. The Armguard and the armor glove I also made in the previous video. Go check that out if you want to make those. And lastly, I assembled everything together. Let's start by making some foam pieces. In the description I added a link to the crystal and chest armor templates. The chest armor itself is pretty basic, just cut out your template and smoothen the pieces with a Dremel. Make sure to make a left and a right piece. The hole can be a bit tricky, so be careful not to damage your foam. To add some details, we can cut some lines into it. First mark the lines by using your template as a reference, then make cuts in a V shape and not all the way through the foam. After you are satisfied with your pieces, you can Dremel a 45-degree angle onto the front edge and glue them together. I glued the bottom piece a bit to the front, so it creates a nice edge. For the chest piece I need to make these weird shaped crystals, which are a little harder to make than the previous crystals, but it's basically the same process. Just cut out your general shape and glue them together. After that you can cut the outer edge at an angle with a knife. Clean the outer edge up with a Dremel. For the inner cuts, I used a box cutter. You can clean the inner cuts up with a Dremel, but it will be pretty hard to do. Alternatively, you could also glue different pieces together, which would probably look better, because you can make the edges much sharper and clean. After you heat seal the pieces, some edges might show, which you can fill up with some quick seal or other filler. You can do the same for the other crystal, so I won't go into detail for this, but here's how mine looks. Now that we made all the pieces, let's paint it. I'm using Flex Bond, but you can also use any other flexible primer on the armor pieces. They are going to be moving a lot because they are attached to your body, so if you don't want your paint job to crack, using a flexible primer is usually better. Normally you want to paint most of your pieces before you actually start to assemble them, if they are going to move over each other. As you can see, painting the finger armor is pretty hard now, because I already assembled it. But I wanted to post my video of making the armored glove, so I will have to live with it. After priming you can just paint them silver and add some shadows by using black in the cuts and on some of the edges. Last but not least, we need to paint the crystals. Last time I painted them pretty fast and I didn't quite like it enough. So I wanted to try and see if I could come up with a better way to paint it. I started with a base layer of light blue. After that I started blending dark blue in from the top of the crystal. You can use some water to blend it in. Keep adding dark blue until you are satisfied with the gradient you created. Now I found a really small brush, which we are going to use to add some white highlights onto the crystal. This can be very time consuming. I probably spent a few hours just adding the white. Once you are done painting, you can use some clear varnish to make the crystals more shiny. I use low density foam, but if you actually use some higher density foam and sand it really well, I think you can make some really smooth crystals. I might try this out in some other videos sometime. Now everything is done, so let's start assembling the chest piece and the armguard. For the chest piece you can just cut some piece out of the armor and glue the crystal onto it. The armguard is a bit tricky though, because it's really hard to reach and you are gluing with minimal contact areas. I use a hot glue gun here, so you can use a lot of glue to make it really strong. Now let's see how it looks when I put it on. I hope to make the last foam details of my cosplay next week. Lucy has been working on the suit and her own cosplay for a while. Next weekend it's also Comic-Con Heroes Made in Asia, so I hope we can go there in our Star Rail cosplays. That's all for now, see you in the next one.